right, welcome to another episode of On Foodable Weekly. We are here at the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago, 2017. We've got some great guys on set with me. Going to have some fun talking about a consumer planning program. All right, so consumers, a lot of changes going on in the industry, big shifts. Let's start first with each of you, a little bit about what you do in your companies. Mark with Datassential.
With Datassential, we're a market research company in the food and food service industry. And I do business development with them. I work with a lot of different manufacturers, helping them uncover insights to help them grow their business.
Nice. Ben Shanley with Coke.
Well, I'm with Coca-Cola North America in the food service division, and I'm Senior Vice President of Food Service Operations, which entails a lot of the executional elements associated with the program. So also a board member for IFMA and incoming chair, and then one of the founding partners in the CPP program.
And that's been a program that really was derived out of the manufacturers seeing a need, getting into the data side of it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, from a manufacturing perspective, we're trying to create consumer demand for our products.
Right.
And you know, with all the changes that are going on right now in the industry, it still all has to start with the consumer. So in partnership with Datassential, we've been now, how many years, Mark?
4 years.
4 years we've had this relationship and this program going with the manufacturing community as part of IFMA.
Bill McClellan, of course, Don Foods. You guys are on this program. What do you do over at Don Foods?
Vice President of Food Service, on the board along with Ben. Quite frankly, we work with operators trying to be menu solutions.
Yep.
We do a lot of customization for folks. So we've been involved in this for several years. One of the original manufacturers that
Nice.
joined up, and we're more excited about now than we were then.
Well, it's good that you guys have come together with kind of an initiative that is really going to kind of start to change the tide for consumers and how brands can reach them better, understand them better too.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue, is you don't understand your target audience. So let's get into some of the questions. First, kind of what is the consumer planning program? Tell me about that, Bill.
Well, the consumer planning program, we had an idea in 2012, the board of directors, and it was about, hey, we're not really in touch with the consumer. So we decided to dedicate resources, get some people like Ben to lead the charge in the committees, and work with Datassential, who's been a great partner, by the way, Mark. And we started diving into consumer need states.
Okay.
And what motivates them to
Interesting.
make that purchase, the purchase trigger, so to speak.
Right. So when you look at manufacturers like Coke, you know, why would you participate in something like this? I mean, you probably got tons of data.
We have a lot of data, but quite frankly, there's never enough of it, especially when you're talking about consumers. But we don't want everybody to look at it the way that we do. We want to understand the consumer from different aspects.
Okay,
And
that's
so if you
a great
think
point.
about everything from food manufacturers, non-food manufacturers, associate members that we have in the organization, getting as wide of a lens as we can from as many manufacturers as we can is only going to help us bring more value to whether it's the operators or whether it's the industry in general.
So this is for the group, when you look at how this might benefit, you know, the industry from this planning perspective, where do you see some of the benefits coming from?
Well, first off, the work that we've done on with the partnership with IFMA and all the manufacturers is quite comprehensive, right? So we started off doing some qualitative research focus groups with consumers.
Okay.
And we really wanted to understand what they think about when they're making those decisions, right? Where to eat, what they're going to have. And the focus groups allowed us to gather up some of that information, understand the language that they use when they talk about their away-from-home decision-making process. And then we validated that with quantitative research in the survey form with over 10,000 interviews. Lots of different topics. And again, I think the benefit to the industry is helping, not just the manufacturers, but the operator customers as well, understand what are consumers looking for.
What are some of the highlights that you feel this program is going to bring out, that you start to identify these things?
I think one of the macro benefits, if you think about, again, the diversity of the manufacturers that are involved, the new learnings that we're getting, not just about consumer attitudes, but the occasions, how they're moving, right? In terms of how consumers interact and come in contact with our brands, path to consumption, right? So if you think about the benefits for us are, with all of those different inputs, the quality of the output of programs, learnings, and executions should benefit every one of us that are in the CPP program.
Right.
So, it's not taking a best guess. It's not taking maybe syndicated data, but really getting deep with a panel back to the number of participants that are giving us feedback. The quality of the result
So a lot more
is
science.
going to be that much better.
Right.
Exactly. Fact-based, right?
Yeah. So let's think about now how all of this initiative could be used. So how would Coke use this now?
For us, we want to be the number 1 or 2 non-alcoholic lead in all beverage categories in which we participate. But to use the example of how the occasions in food away from home is changing,
Right.
you can use the likes of a Blue Apron. There's a lot of occasions there
Yeah,
that maybe
sure.
not in your traditional scope of your
Right.
locations. And so for us, we have to make sure that we have the right brands, the right packages for the right occasion, and that means we have to have some different partnerships than traditional channels.
You guys are onto something, I think. This is
I think
cool.
we are.
So-
Yeah.
This is cool.
It's one of those programs where a manufacturer can differentiate themselves
Right.
from their competition,
Yeah.
because knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And if you can communicate and help your operators with that knowledge, with that power, and you can help them succeed,
Yeah.
you're a valuable
you're a game
asset. You
changer.
become strategic with them.
Yeah. Right. Definitely. Guys, thank you so much for stopping in. Ben,
Paul,
Bill?
always good to see you.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
love
Appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to sign off here. Thanks for watching another episode of On Foodable Weekly. I can't wait for the next one. This is going to be fun.